Welcome to Mod and Pop Thrift. My name is Tom. That's Evelyn. I'm a full-time stay-at-home dad and an eBay reseller. We are gonna drive over to Goodwill, see if we can find anything interesting. But in the meantime, why don't you guys watch some What Solds? Alright, so what is this, day 4 of making a video every day until I get a bunch of subscribers? We got 8 orders to pull. Let's see what we can find. The Amazon hat box. We have a new with tags denim Levi's brand Levi's brand hat. Vintage. Really cooler for what it is than what it looks like. As for the collectability of hats, that's not really a collector hat. That's a Levi's collector thing. Sold for like $28. I bought it for $20, and I had it listed for $60 for a long time. No takers, no bites, no offers, no watchers, no nothing. I lowered it to $40, and then I ran all my hats 25% off, and that's when it finally sold. This is a Satin Bomber 80s Chicago Bears. I pulled it out of a basement for $1, and I figured rather than clean it up, I just list it for $15 and let it be somebody else's problem. Because my opinion is $1 into $15 is a pretty good flip, and if I have to do a bunch of work and then it doesn't come out better, then I wasted my time. If I sell it to somebody who knows the flaws and they think they can get it out or wear it as is, then I am not wasting time on what would then be a bad buy. So I'm just flipping it as is rather than trying to add value. And that's kind of a judgment call on every item that I buy that I know has flaws. This one I just decided I'm going to take pictures. These Satin Bombers do well if they're good name brands, but there's a bunch of these that are knockoffs essentially of the starter pro line, that kind of stuff. Swingster would be a good one too. But the off-brand ones are not nearly as good. These jeans I picked up for not very much a long time ago at Goodwill, and they are new with tag, super 80s, acid wash, chick brand. I listed them for $24 and got an offer at $15, and I figured I was sitting on them for free. I might as well take money because they've been in the death pile for a long time. Z32, we have some more parts for the old Dark Tower. I did sell the tower over the weekend. I wasn't making a video that day, but I sold the tower for $125, something like that. I need a red flag. That's not the red flag. Red flags. Oh, there's the red flag. So this sold for $10 free shipping. This little bitty part. So I'm into the profit now finally on this game. This VHS tape, it's sold in a couple of lots where there were only where it was like the whole series and they were only $1 or $2 a tape, but then this tape wasn't listed, wasn't listed or sold in the last year on Terapeak. I did find a listing for it on Amazon at $12.99 free shipping. So I listed mine on eBay for $7.99 plus shipping, and it sold almost immediately. This Phantom 2040, they made a movie of it and they made a series of it, and the series seems to do much better than the movie. But FHE, Family Home Entertainment, made Ninja Turtles, made all kinds of things. The artist who did this show went on to do Eon Flux, which was kind of a big deal in animation. So this isn't a bolo. Obviously, it's an $8 VHS tape, but it is a little more interesting. Star Wars Rogue One t-shirt. I don't know where I even got it. XL. You know what? I do know where I got it. I got it at a yard sale for $25. Sold for $7 free shipping. Or no, $7 plus shipping. And this is a winter hat by K brand. If you're not familiar with K brand, it's maybe the best old man hat brand as far as collectible old hats. This Riverview Hatchery Wayne Feeds is just a local feed store kind of thing. And this was listed for, I want to say 40 and sold for 30 because my hats are 25% off. These are Hoarder House books. These sold for $7 free shipping. And then this one sold for $10 plus shipping. And then I sold this square dance dress. I paid $6 for it at a thrift store, and I left it unlisted in a pile for a long time. And then it sold. I listed five of those dresses. I sold this one, and then somebody bought 3 of them for like $91, and I put that package out without a label on it, and USPS, like, this is my fault. I put it out, it didn't have a label on it. Any other mail handler I've ever had scans the packages right away and realizes that one doesn't have a label and leaves it. This time it got taken, and no one can tell me where to start to look. The mail handler said there's nothing she can do, and she told me to call the office at the post office and gave me the number, and they told me there's nothing they can do. It would have moved on to somewhere else, and and they gave me a number for there, and that person said it wouldn't be here, it would be somewhere else, and they gave me a number, and that person said, well, I'll look, but I doubt I'm going to find anything, and I'll call you back. And then I walked into the post office that my mail handler works out of, and they told me that even if they had the package, because there's no identifying marks on it, they couldn't guarantee that it was my package, and so they wouldn't even open it to see if it's the right contents, and they wouldn't release it to me because I couldn't prove it was mine. And anyway, I had to end up refunding the guy his $91 because I sat the package out with the with the other outgoing post office, and they couldn't be troubled to scan the packages. I've had 3 mailmen since we started this. And this is the first person that I've had that doesn't scan the packages when they pick them up. So that's disappointing. It's my fault. I caused the problem, and I gave the guy the money back. But it's really frustrating that there is no solution at all. So we are here on a Thursday before lunch, and before lunch on a random weekday is my favorite time to come because I feel like it's a little less picked over. So this is not a bad vintage piece. $4.59, made in the US, Olympic, JCPenney's exclusive, probably 94, but I think I'm going to leave it because it's just not great. Here comes a new rack. There was nothing interesting about that new rack. Just a whole bunch of fast fashion women's junk. I wonder what that is. I wonder what this is. Mac Bolin. Let's look it up. I think it may become worth the trip. This is a $9.19 handy cam. Let's look at the part number. CCD TRV11. I don't know if you guys noticed when I was looking here that there's a giant hole in it, and so we're gonna leave it like it's broken the board. So we are striking out pretty hard. Let's go see what there is over there. So man, we are just really striking out. This is My Little Pony for $1.14, but it's not. Older. This is interesting. I don't see any kind of markings on it that would identify it. What am I missing? Is there something here I should be buying? Legends of the Hidden Temple. They just brought out this cart, and on it there was this cookie jar. 2004 Major League Baseball, and I was like, it's interesting enough to look into for $7. Sold comps $50. The only listed ones are over 100. And then I'm going to look into this. So this is 15, and the comps are like 40 plus shipping. But I'm gonna have to take it out and test it and all that crap. I think I'm gonna skip it. That's a vintage Lee sports tag, but it's still made in China. This is $5.59, and it's just a cool Missouri State. $2.29 is a really nice 1/18 scale Ford GT. And then this is it's 5 o'clock somewhere, $1.14 Tervis. Okay, so this is Dutch Bros, and I don't know anything about it, but it's cheap and cool. And this is made in the US and cheap, so I'm gonna check into those. So these are nothing, and the mouthpiece is broken off, so that would have been a really good pickup. So these boots have some earmarks that say they're a little better quality than average. Like they're $6. The see-through pad here wouldn't be easy to accomplish. The nails in the midsole, and this means I haven't been walked in a lot. I've never heard of that brand, so I looked it up and I typed in the style code, which is C1183, and there's one sold comp for black ones, and there are 2 brown ones listed, but evidently they're pretty legit. So not necessarily the greatest, but a lot of good potential. These should be 6 into 100. This should be, let's say, 3 into 30. This would be 6 into, I'm gonna say 50. And this will be 6 into 25. And this will be $1 into 10. So here's what I'm spending. Here's what I'm expecting to make. So I had $10 in points, and it only ended up being $13.50. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll let you know how I did. Hopefully I get this stuff listed tonight and it sells quick, and you can see on the next one what I sold for. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. Say bye, Evelyn.
Bye.
Say bye to Evelyn in the comments.